today I'm joined by two special guests, engineer Jonathan Torres and firefighter Azad Albarazi. Today they're going to be talking about wildfire preparation and what we can do better as a community to prepare for the wildfire season. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me.
Good morning. Pleasure to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Mr. Torres, I want to start with you. What does your job entail?
So myself, I'm an engineer for the County of Los Angeles Fire Department. I actually used to drive and manipulate our pump systems, which are on the fire engine. The majority of our calls are EMS calls. So our highest call volume is emergency medical services. So anytime you're sick or anything like that, we're going to show up. Now, as a public information officer, the reason I'm here, I'm basically the voice and the face for the county. I'm bilingual, so I do interviews such as this one in both English and Spanish. And we're just here to share our message of our Ready, Set, Go program, which is, I believe, the focal point of this interview. So we try to spread that message far and wide.
Perfect. And then Mr. Albarazi, you're a firefighter. Can you tell me what that kind of looks like?
Yes, so Azad Albarazi with the Los Angeles County Fire Department. We're pretty much, the firefighters are the frontliners. We're the ones that when you call the emergency, we're getting the vitals, we're getting all the EMS stuff. And then of course, if there's a fire happened, we're the first on scene to mitigate what the emergency is. And then I'm also in the public information office, and I just do all the emails and all the behind the scenes, and as well as help out with interviews and spreading the message of information. And today we're gonna kind of get over with the Ready, Set, Go program and the wildfire prevention.
Absolutely. Really quickly, I just would like to know, how does your role become more intense during peak wildfire season?
Well, wildfire season, we know it's year-round right now. There's no really season with, the fires are happening pretty much all throughout the year. So our roles are very important, just to prevent and help and educate the public with our Ready, Set program, and we'll get into that.
Absolutely. And then, Mr. Torres, can you tell me what the difference from a wild fire crew is versus a regular firefighter?
Absolutely. So throughout the county, everyone is both trained as wildfire and regular, what we call conventional or structure fire trained. So there is no difference for us within the fire department. What we do have is a camp crew that's specifically trained to stay out in camps near the wildland urban interface. And they supplement our firefighting force, not only in the ground, but through the air on our Sikorsky Firehawks, which actually bring them in behind fire lines and drop them off at mountaintops so they can make a scratch line in and create a barrier between the burned and the unburned area. But as far as the difference between us, we're, like myself and firefighter Albarazi, we're both cross-trained in both wildland firefighting and structure firefighting. So we have gear for both, we're trained for both, and at a moment's notice, right now, if we were to get called, we can do both. He can go to one and I can go to the other, you could switch us and we'd be able to hit the ground running.
Awesome. Okay, so my next question is, what are the biggest risks that make our community, like in California, especially our local area, vulnerable to wildfires?
Drawing back to what we can immediately think of, the January wildfires, we saw what high winds with an insane amount of unburned dry fuel that has become even drier with the droughts that have hit Southern California. Although we don't like to think so, we live in a desert climate. The fact that we brought water to LA and established a city, if you drive outside the city, you immediately see the dryness. Right now we're going through a drought. We've seen a large drop in precipitation here in the Southern California region. Now, due to that, coupled with high amounts of heat, so very hot days like the last heat wave that we had a couple weeks ago, that coupled with dry fuel and lack of water is just ripe. It's a tinderbox, as we like to say, and unfortunately, fire season has become, like my firefighting counterpart said, year-round. We're no longer, August, September, October, November, December. We normally get rains December, January. Now we're starting to see the fire season turn year-round, so we always have to be ready for that.
So, Mr. Albarazi, I know that you're referencing your pamphlet that you have in your lap right now. My question to that is, how can families and homeowners prepare for a wildfire?
So it starts with your family, kind of have a plan, and then hardening your home. That means cleaning all the dead weeds around your home, any overgrown brush, kind of lollipopping your bushes, any overhang over your rooftops, kind of limb those down. Your screens, your vents, make sure they're kind of protected with 1/8 of an inch of a screen so ambers don't fly in there. And then have a plan with your community, with your family, know your escape routes, have a go bag, an emergency, pretty much anything that you can think of, you can put it in there in a go bag. We'll get into that. And then pretty much get ready, set, go.
Touching on that point, we actually brought the pamphlet with us. He'll hold it up for us here. That's our Ready, Set, Go program, which can be accessed at our website, which is fire.lacounty.gov. If you /RSG or Ready, Set, Go, you'll find the program. And in there, you're going to find all the main points for preparing, getting set, and actually going through it, whether you have to evacuate or shelter in place. But if we really wanted to touch like the most important parts of that evacuation plan for like a wildfire and or even a flood or any type of disaster where you need to evacuate and or shelter in place, we'll touch the 6 P's, and I'll go through them right now. So first one is people and pets. We have to be ready to prepare. If we have maybe non-ambulatory older generation at home or younger babies and or pets, disabled pets, we got to be ready at a moment's notice to be able to get up and go. Part of the Ready, Set, Go program, one thing we think about is like vehicle. We want to be able to get out, egress. Not only knowing your way out one way, maybe second or third tertiary backup plans. Where are you going to go? What happens when cell phones are down? Number 2 is papers and your phone. Cell phone's huge now. That's our main way of communication nowadays outside of computers. So any important documents, we want to make sure we bring them with you. Prescriptions, medicines, glasses, anything you may need for a health condition is going to be key. Number 4, pictures, memorabilia. There's things that we are irreplaceable in our home. So we want to go through those things and make sure we either have backups, maybe a roll of film or somehow digital format of it, but make sure we have backups. And if we don't, we want to make sure those things are at within 5 minutes, you can grab them and go. Next one is personal computer. So obviously our cell phones, our pads, our tablets, our laptops, anything that can fit in your car and you can get in a timely manner, we're going to encourage you. And then lastly, plastic, currency, credit cards, cash, whatever you can that you can grab to go within those 5 minutes to get out and be egress ready is going to be key. And again, you can find all that information as well as the go bag and any additional information at our Ready, Set, Go program at our website.
And then, Mr. Albarazzi, I wanted to touch on the go bag. What common items should individuals have prepared in that bag so that you're ready to hop on out?
So a first aid kit, that's a very, very important one. A flashlight, just in case you're out for longer than the daylight. A little bit of water, 2 to 3 days worth of water, 2 to 3 days worth of food. All the P's the 6 P's that we kind of went over. Radios, kind of communications, just in case your cell phone does not work, at least you can have some radio communications. Some type of tool, you can maybe shut off your gas. That's maybe later on, you can just put that there. Glow sticks for nighttime, and then anything that you can think of that you really might need. But those kind of a general overview of what essential stuff that you need, and then we have more list on our website.
Awesome. Mr. Torres, I wanted to ask, what are some common mistakes people make when they're getting up and going? Like what items are forgotten in the go bag typically?
Forgotten, maybe when we put them together, we kind of don't make it a habit of revisiting the go bag from time to time. Batteries do go bad. I've seen batteries corroded in several of our items at home. I know other people do that as well. Maintaining enough food and water, not only for one person, but for as many people as are being evacuated. So it's key, not just one bottle of water per person, but think about what you're going to need not only for yourself, but those that may or may not be at your home, as well as your pets, pet food, things that we might not think of that they may need, medicine for our dogs or cats or whatever pets we do have. Weather's going to be key, whether it's warm or cold. We want to make sure we take clothing that's appropriate for the season, as well as maybe some bedding, maybe a pillow, blanket, something to make it a little more comfortable. And then obviously maintaining the context. I know when we have to evacuate, there's moments and times where people make the decision to stay rather than the recommendation of either a warning and or evacuation, mandatory evacuation. We always want to be ahead one step. If you're getting a warning, I would treat that as a mandatory evacuation. And at the point of mandatory evacuation, you should have already left your home. So I always want to encourage the people of the County of Los Angeles to maybe take a step in advance, go through our Ready, Set, Go program, make their plan, make their go bag, and be ready to evacuate at a moment's notice. Don't take it lightly. Keep the phone alerts through alert system on your cell phone. Keep those active. Don't silence them. We know those are key, especially during sleeping hours, maybe from the hours of midnight to maybe 6 a.m. And just keep a foot of what's going on in the immediate area.
Well, thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me today. Once again, Mr. Torres, Mr. Alvarez, it's been a pleasure.
Likewise.
I'll send it back to you in the studio.